Is that related to Napster? I mean, is that related to peer-to-peer sharing? Is the reason that all music streaming services have virtually the same catalog because everyone got used to getting access to all music for free, and streaming just had to get people to pay anything for
Yeah,
music?
yeah, it's a great question. I mean, I don't know I can't tell you the perfect story for why it's kind of evolved that way. I think it's probably a mix of, rights holders um, not really wanting to maybe get into the streaming business early, meaning like, they spread their bets. They wanted to license the music, and so as more than one platform started to emerge, uh, they spread their bets across multiple platforms, streaming services, DSPs, and as a result, it's kind of evolved to where you have, these more than one DSP with the same content, whereas with TV streaming. Netflix was kind of the early entrant there, and I think over time the rights holders said, "Wait a minute, we want to kind of control the distribution of the content," and started breaking away and forming their own platforms. We haven't really seen that in music, and so um, I think it's probably rights holder driven and kind of a different approach in music than in other entertainment verticals. But to be honest, I haven't studied that closely, so I don't know for sure.
Yeah, yeah, interesting. Um, I mean, I also think about, well, I mean, I think about the fact that Napster and just peer to peer sharing pre streaming maybe had a role in devaluing music. I mean, that seems like an obvious statement to me, but I don't know if it's true just because we went from CDs to all of a sudden people ripping stuff and sharing stuff and nobody paying for anything. And it just, I don't know. I hear some people who say, "Well, labels should have gotten ahead of this somehow," and I just don't know how they could have. I don't understand how they could have. But I mean, is that a fair statement? You think to say that peer
Yeah,
to
for
peer
sure.
sharing and Napster devalued music across the board?
Yeah, I mean it's I think it's fact. If you look at recorded industry revenue in that period, it fell off a cliff and decimated the industry. So um, yeah, for sure. I think you know um, digital music. Like it took a long time to get to this business model that is growing the industry again. So early on, yeah, I would absolutely agree with it. It basically commoditized music, not even commoditized it because you didn't have to pay at all anything, but it eventually, once iTunes came around, kind of commoditized music consumption, and over time the industry slowly built from there. And I think going forward, to grow the TAM, kind of the theme you're building towards, one piece of that is, in my opinion, is going to be reintroducing scarcity and figuring out ways where consumers are willing to pay for access or exclusives, or things that basically aren't commoditized in music. And it's taken a while to kind of get back to that focus area, because the first piece was just getting people to pay for music at all after Napster came about and kind of shook the
Yeah.
industry.